Yo, you ready?
What up, dog? What up, dog?
Oh my God, 313 live. 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 3 live. Oh my God, 313 live. Oh my God, 313 live. 3 live. Oh my God, 313 live. Oh my God, 313 live.
What's up, podcast world? This is that guy Rell, the host of the 313 Live show. I'm taking you into episode 26, y'all. 26. Me and Dorian Black has been in this motherfucker for 26 episodes. Last week, we brought you a special treat with our homeboy, DJ Duncan Hine. DJ Duncan Hine was the producer and DJ to the legendary rap group of Detroit's Most Wanted, which consists of Motsy Ski, L.E.E, and DJ Duncan Hines. A lot of people in Detroit don't know, and a lot of people do know, and a lot of people around the world don't know that Motsy Ski is the grandson to the legendary, the great Jackie Wilson. That's right. Jackie Wilson is Motsy Ski's grandfather. So when you go back and look at them videos and you look at Motsy Ski putting it down with the swag and shit, you know where he got that shit from. He got it from his grandfather, Jackie Wilson. Hands down. Shout out to Big Motsy Ski. What's going on with you, my brother? And in this episode, we got Joe Bryant. Joe Bryant is the executive CEO of Bryant Records. Bryant Records was once upon a time the home to Detroit Most Wanted and Smiley. Smiley is the first female MC out of Detroit to go gold. Yes, I repeat, the first female MC out of Detroit to go gold. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to bring you this track, The City of Boom, courtesy of Bryant Records and Detroit's Most Wanted. So, here we go. Sit back, listen to this shit. It's out cold. Motsy Ski and L.E.E gonna rip the lyrics up, gonna tear your ass up with this one. And DJ Duncan Hine is on there fucking them Technique 1200s up. Not CD man. Real shit.
Yo, y'all ready to get high? Yeah, that's it, boy. DMW in full effect. Detroit's Most Wanted. Motsy Ski, DJ Duncan Hine. Yo, L.E.E, spit the dope knowledge for the suckers. Run it.
City of boom, myself for a loop. Hit school, cause Lee might shoot. Get my point, I'm down for mine. I won't hesitate to pack that 9. For the brothers, my rhyme's tough. Don't call no bluff, won't be no stuff. Picture perfect, crisp and clean. No mistakes allowed to stack that green. In my flow, you see I'm dope. Don't cross my line, you'll end up broke. Slipped and lost, and now you know. Better set, get ready to go. Show and tell, that's how it is. Play least off, you might not live. Max don't fall, I thought you knew. I spit that game, you said you knew. Now what's up with that, you got tricks. Again, collect my cash and bricks. Run my tracks and keep the pace. Face to face with gangsta takes. End up shot, if not aware. Hop on my air, don't stop and stare. I'm scared. Weak minds I rip, convoy we're back. Fully equipped, so just grab a place. I'm in the secret room and prepare yourself for the city of boom.
Think I can flow and be a boom figure man, cause I'm bigger in many ways. Florence is back in the days. I'm a type of brother that you on blood praise. Not talking music, I'm talking vocals. A brother like Motsy can't stay local. No justice, I had to bust this. Change the tempo, simple while I flush this. Counterclockwise, your eyes are hypnotized. DMW in effect with no disguise. That's how it be, you see. It's self-suicide trying to flow against ski. I'm tired of young bloods playing me like a yo. Begging and promising not paying for the show. Damn, I'm stuck in a brother tape. I'm from the city of boom, iron fist in the Great Lakes. Notice the structure, heavy set and cock strong. Group of the ladies to tear to a brother that's wrong. So many rappers claim they're hard hitting. On stage talking trash, on stage so as a kid. New York wannabes, the countless strike leaves. Then you're a rap star on the side selling keys. I know the time with perfect lines. No yo's alive, brother, and that's your kind. Situations getting thick. Ghettos keep getting poor and the rich keep getting rich. I'm the type that's truly monumental. You wanna enter the realm with your credentials. You're not qualified, no way you can survive with a convoy that's straight up live. So brothers, pump the iron fist. What up? I'm about to hit the list. For what? With a hell of a bass tune. What do you call it? Yo, the city of boom. so let's boom it.
Tonight's the night, let's go square off. I come with heat and creep from law. Flow the pace and strike now look. And lean and ski, the two that shook. Hands to death from means unknown. Rolling zone, crack that dome. Like the fuse that shake the room. In truth, I mean, the city of boom.
I ain't finished, the time has just begun. King ruler of Iron Fist, Detroit, the native son. I ain't the one that brags upon one. You breathe, you lose because you got one lung. I snatch the other out, I'm running at the mouth. Talking on this record, I'ma put some head out. Put you to rest, two to the chest, then I'll invest. As they lay your pump butt to rest. R-E-A-L-I-T-Y reality. I say my words will wax. You wanna battle me? You wanna battle me contracts, bro? And after the show, I'ma smoke you. Yo, that's how it be, you see. In the city of boom, Moxie ski.
Dawg, that was potent. It's time for L Double Dog, bust some bubbles. But Ski, check it out. What you gotta say about that?
Lay the convoy law, boy.
Here's the law for those that's blind. Won't bend or slip, my game is rhyme. Behind the staff that lays my law. The one you saw was lethal raw. Suck I take was miles up front. No stutter step from Lee, I'm blunt. It comes from rage advanced in streets. Convoy too deep with flee and ski. I bump and bruise the ones that's tough. Ain't happy till that boy is crushed. It ain't my pain for those that lack. The pill and cap point blank like that. My crimes consist of those that will. Committing hit, convoy too real. Let loose the grip. I show no shame. Then bring the bags for your remain. So peek me now, one blink I'm gone. Won't know I'm back, my sense unknown. To those accept my convoy crew that's built to last solid through and through. Can't knock this down, it's well set up. It's do or die, let's go head up. Don't even try, you press your luck, cause Lee won't start to bust what's up. It's just like that, that's how I'm taught. Won't leave no clues, no one gets caught. So rest your case, this court's adjourned. Peace out for now, cause I had my turn.
It's the beginning of a new and excitingly different story.
What truly is a pimpin' Mac? A brother like Goldie with the straight up facts. Living the life like a black prince. Juicing and juicing, stuffing the whole whips. A lot of people try to hold us back. Red, black, and green is the ingredients you lack. I swoop down like open flesh to a vulture. Remember where you came from, remember your culture. Life is too short to waste. Go for the piece of cake, gets an acquired taste. You wanna roll, but you don't wanna take the risk. You stole a sack, now you're on their hit list. I saw you in the alley, two to the head, fool. Messing around with brothers in the city of boom. You must be crazy, you're pushing up daisies. Moxie ski in effect, baby.
What's up, 313 Live Show? This is that guy Rell, and we got Dorian Black right here.
What up, though, y'all?
We got a treat for y'all, Detroit. Y'all know how much I brag about Detroit, the first generation of hip-hop artists, and the guys who laid the foundation and the pavement for all you second, third, and fourth generation rappers, and now the fifth generation is coming in next. We got a pioneer. I can't even really it's not enough words to describe this man. This man is Joe Bryant. Bryant Records. Detroit Most Wanted.
That's right.
Smiley. AWOL. K-Stone. Who else, Bryant? You got so many under your belt, man.
Wow. Well, our first artist name was Eddie D. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was before Detroit's Most Wanted and Smiley. And we got a little radio play on that. WGPR used to play the Cash Flowing song. That was way back in the day before Smiley.
Okay.
We also, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Black Pack Scrub the Ground.
Yes, sir.
Shake Your Ass. That was our project right there. We had the first Pastor Troy album. We distributed the Cash Money Records projects back in the mid '90s. So we had a lot of projects.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we put our catalog consists of over 3,000 songs.
Damn, Brian. Nobody else can really say that in Detroit. Nobody can say that. You damn near what? Barry Gordy level now.
Well, we had one of the biggest black urban catalogs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If not the biggest, I'm not sure, but I know, our catalog that we actually own and nobody else owns.
Right. So you own all the masters. One of the first
right.
Detroit own all his masters. Ladies and gentlemen,
you got to respect the swag of Detroit because this man right here, while y'all was shooting video, a lot of the not just Detroit rappers, but while a lot of you niggas in New York, California, and Miami was shooting videos in the projects or in the clubs or the strip club or on the strip. This man had his artists in New York and had them in Vegas at the Trump Plaza and everything, Trump Hotel. Bryant, what made you? Cause we can pretty much say that you set the trend for that of having your artists out in Vegas and out in Atlanta, everywhere, man. You set the trend for that because rappers wasn't doing that in the beginning. What made you say, let me do this?
Well, it was Atlantic City. Back then, we used to go to Atlantic City. I used to, be honest with you, I used to gamble in Atlantic City at the Trump Hotel, and they were doing a grand opening for the new Taj Mahal, which at the time was the biggest casino in the world at the time. And I used to do VIP junkets and go out there and gamble every week. So we had all VIP. We took a plane out there, and we said, let's do the video here. Let's be straight. So we just went out there and did the video. And we were just trying to do things on a whole nother level.
Yes.
You know, both artists that we had, the Smiley came in the Billboard charts at number 56. Then Detroit Most Wanted came in at number 58 on the top 100 chart. So it kind of hit us quick. You know, until I wrote the book 4 years ago on my life, it really never sunk in because we were just working. We were just working, constantly working. We moved down to Atlanta in 1991, moved the company down in Atlanta. Started Rockefeller Records and Worldwide Records. And we did a joint venture with Ishabon, who had the MC Breed. So we were the biggest independent label in the country at the time with Ishabon.
Right.
So, you know, it just, everything was just one thing after another, and we just really never got a chance to just soak up the success that we had.
Right. Now, I tell everybody this, artists around the world, they steal from us. They steal from Detroit. And I remember you just said you had Rockefeller Records, not Rockefeller, but Rockefeller. Okay, I remember seeing that on the back of...
It felt the same way. It felt the same way. It was Rockefeller.
Okay, same way. Okay. And Jay-Z and them came along and stole your name, Dame Dash. Then I remember you had AWOL, the fellas, they was walking around in the fucking alligator shoes and the Coogee sweaters, right? And I tell this story, I saw Notorious B.I.G. back in the early 90s when he first was coming out to Bad Boy up there at Tanya Records. There used to be a fish joint right next door to it because my boy, his girl's auntie owned that fish joint, and we was up in there and Biggie Smalls was in there. And we remember him from New York, but nobody else knew who the fuck he was. And that day, in Tanya Records, I know he picked up a copy of that AWOL CD and that Detroit Most Wanted CD, and he been rocking alligator shoes and Coogee sweaters ever since that day.
Wow, that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, but I've been telling people.
AWOL, I was gonna say AWOL. Actually, we distributed AWOL. They had their own label, and then we stepped in and we picked up the distribution on their project. So that's how that came about. And I used to go to school with Barnaby, so that's how that relationship started.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question? I want to know who founded Detroit Most Wanted? Was it Mossy Ski or? How did that group come?
Mossy, Duncan, and Lee. I just know that they all came together and started. It was named Death Drive.
Right.
And I don't know if you guys remember Chauncey, but Chauncey was backing them first. You know, Chauncey got killed.
Yeah.
They came up to our office, and I remember Mossy rapped for me. I was like, he always imitate me, like, oh, y'all all right, y'all straight. And what happened was I went to an award show. I think it was the, what was the name of the award show that Piccolo used to give? I can't remember, but they performed, and I said, these guys are hot.
Right.
So we signed them, and, you know, that was it. They was off and running. Now, you know, Duncan and Lee were only with Detroit Most Wanted for the first album.
Right.
Because
What
they
happened?
left and went with Hammer. They went with MC Hammer.
Right.
And Duncan produced the Funky Headhunters album for MC Hammer.
Right.
So I used to help. We had a mutual friend out in California named Aubrey Taylor who was working with Hammer. And I started helping them market and promote Hammer down here. We put the team behind them, and that's how that relationship began. And then Duncan and them started doing things for them. Next thing you know, Duncan and Lee left and started their own group and went out there. So all the Detroit Most Wanted albums basically was Moxie and guest artists. So that's how we kind of did the Detroit Most Wanted for the next several years.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Was there any how was business there?
We had just did the deal with Ishabine.
Right.
The second album came out, and they left after that.
Right.
So the first album, we released the first album, Tricks of the Trade.
Right.
I spent a lot of money on the first album for him.
Right.
But then Mossy went to jail.
Right.
So when Mossy went to jail, everything was just kind of in limbo.
Right.
When he got out of jail, matter of fact, the reason why when you look at the money that was made, and you only see him in certain parts because he was in Atlantic City, that's because he was in jail the other time.
Right.
So what we did was we moved down to Atlanta, and that was '92. Their album just came out the end of 1990.
Right.
Okay, so we did the deal with Ishabine. We shot the Money Is Made video.
Right.
And shortly after that, they were gone.
In Duncan's defense, it wasn't bad at all. He you know, Duncan showed love to you. He the utmost respect. He didn't speak down on you. He didn't speak down on Marcy. He said y'all were family, and you know, you guys. He said he would work together again with you guys on doing if a reunion tour came, he would be for that. He said a reunion album. We can't do that because we look at us, man. He was like, we older now. Who we be doing it for? The young generation, because the old generation, our generation, everybody is dead and gone or have moved on and got older and got family and children and left on. Now, but he said he will work with you guys and do a reunion tour. Now, he did say he would do that. The brother,
You know, I was smoking a lot of weed too, so I probably heard something crazy.
yeah, because he was smoking weed. That's why I'm the one that don't smoke. I got to keep everything in order because we all
That'll
got
make you
the
better
same.
than me.
No, that don't make me better than you. But it's like this, and Duncan agreed with me, and I spoke with Lee. Lee spoke very highly of you, and Lee spoke, at the group. He is for him, He still want to make music with Mossy. Him and Mossy supposed to be working on something they talking about, and my thing is I'm saying I love Detroit. I love you guys because without you guys, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. When any new artists come here and do an interview with me, I set them across that table for me and ask them, do you know about Detroit Most Wanted? Do you know about Smiley, Beat F and Poncho, AWOL? Some will say yes, they know of them, and will talk and go on and talk about, yeah, my uncle this, woo, this and that. But the majority of them do not know about you guys. And it is my job to educate them. I have a wide audience listening. I got 36 countries outside of America that's listening overseas. And I got a total of, out of 50 states, I got 40 states in America listening. So with the UK being our biggest listeners overseas, they love this Detroit music, right? And I never got a chance to play no Detroit Most Wanted because I hadn't reached out to you yet. And I was like, I have to talk to this man. But I can't go talk to the artist. I got to talk to the CEO, the man who owns everything. I got to talk to him. And he and I talk off camera or whatever and talk about, me playing a couple of the songs or whatever he want me to play. Because this is the platform here. What I'm doing, this is for Detroit. Nobody else but Detroit. I may deal with a couple artists outside of Detroit, but this is for us because if you may remember, Mr. Bryant, Detroit our artists has always been blackballed. We never got the support of radio and mainstream. Do you have any idea about why that may could have happened? Why is that, and to this day still?
Well, here's the thing. Let me go back to your first comment about a reunion tour. First of all, music is more global than ever now.
Yes.
When I see the people streaming our music and things like that, Detroit Most Wanted is more known now than they probably ever have because it's on a worldwide level.
Yes.
We have a joint venture with Sony, and just the countries that you see that's streaming our music and people that's that's turned on to our music now is better now. It's more. With technology now we can really get your music to the masses. So I don't think that because it was 30 years ago, 40 years ago, or 50 years ago that would make music less popular now. Music gets more popular as it goes on.
Yes.
I'm just going to tell you a story about Scrub the Ground. When Scrub the Ground came out,
Yes.
it actually, Shake That Ass was probably one of the hottest club songs in America, and then Let Me See You Working. Scrub the Ground wasn't even a single.
Right.
Now, we're down here in Atlanta. We start seeing the numbers coming out of Detroit, and we like, what the hell is this? Scrub the Ground just started blowing up because DJs started playing the whole album.
Right.
A year later, Scrub the Ground was the hottest song in the country as far as club song.
Yes.
15 years later, they play Scrub the Ground almost every day on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So music gets more popular if it's good quality music as time goes on.
Yes, sir.
So, look at the old hip-hop artists right now, how they touring and how they eat. We would never thought that back in the day, would we?
Nah, we would never thought that.
We were thinking it was a young person sport.
Right.
But it's not. It's an old person sport.
Yes, it
Because
is.
look at all the who eating right now. All the old school artists,
Right.
man, they getting money all type of ways.
Yes, sir.
So this is what when I look back and see what I was doing back then, I'm proud of how I contributed a little bit to where hip hop is now.
No, not a little bit, a lot.
Right. So the thing that I was trying to get, and I'm just gonna throw this out here. I haven't talked to Mossy in 4 years, and
Okay.
me and Mossy was best friends for years. We moved down to Atlanta together. His kids was over at my house for the holidays, vice versa. And all of a sudden, one day, I didn't see him and ain't heard from him. I don't know what's going on, but I haven't heard from him.
Right.
Okay, I was trying to do another project on him. I wanted to help him, but from the beginning of this whole thing, it was just about becoming. We were walking into something that we didn't know what we were walking into.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to build the best group because I believed in them guys. It wasn't about the money. I was getting money. I'm from the streets. I was getting big money. You
Yes,
feel
sir.
where I'm coming from? So it wasn't even about the money. It was just about, damn,
Right.
these boys is hot. Like, I was their biggest fan. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, I can remember Mossy, we moving down to Atlanta, and we recording the album down here,
Mm-hmm.
and we just were sitting, we'd lay down in the den and just listen to the album for 2 days in a row.
For sure.
I put work into this. Mossy put work into this. So the one thing that I learned being in the business, and I probably worked with all type of artists, from the TIs to all the Cash Money stuff, and because we had a wholesale and a distribution company. We were the first black company to ever have a whole wing from the record label all the way down to the retail.
Okay.
So the label, Warner Brothers came to me for the TI. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? They was like, should we sign this group? Should we sign this group? Yeah, you need to sign them.
Yes, sir.
So I was involved in that growth of Detroit, but I also was just as involved of the growth of Atlanta music. So the one thing that I've
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about money. And I'm not saying that, like, don't be on top of your business or something.
Right.
But if you put out content, people start appreciating that content.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's a story.
Okay.
Bob Marley never had a gold album until he died.
That's true.
Do you feel where I'm coming from?
Yes,
so
sir.
So the last time that me and Mossy hooked back up, I was like, look, just record content.
Mm-hmm.
Just record content and get your name out there.
Right.
You know, just record content. And if you record content, you can't go wrong.
You can't.
You know, you can't always be worried about, if I do this song, I need the company to give me this, or I need the company to give me that. No, you need to record content. So what happened with the Lil Waynes and the Tupacs? The thing that they did was they just recorded content.
Yes. And Tupac
And
still got 200 something. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's the thing that, you know, now that's what I do. I said we're going to record content. We're going to make sure that we just do the thing that we love to do, and that's create.
That's right.
And that's for the up-and-coming artists out here. Just create, man. You start worrying about all this other stuff, and, you know, just create. Because that's what you love to do it. You can't make it about something else. If you are an artist, then be an artist.
Right. Because it takes time to become, like you said, it's an old man sport, so enjoy yourself, huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't have any talent as far as rapping or anything, but once I wrote my book and wrote my story,
what's the name of the book?
I started writing books. And so I create now. You know, I got 4 or 5 books that I'm working on right now, but I love creating.
Most definitely.
What are the name of the book?
Excuse me?
The name of the book, he was asking what was the title of the book.
Oh, okay. My autobiography is Behind These Green Eyes, The Building of a Music Empire.
Yes, sir.
And then I have a self-help book, Just Because It Feels Good, That'll Make It Right.
Right.
And I'm working on the Uncle Juan story, Uncle Juan, America's True Problem Solver. Then I got another book called Get Money. So it's a lot of little things that I'm working on as far as the book game.
Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Bryant, it is a lot of hungry artists out here in Detroit right now. And I deal with a lot of them. And a lot of them I speak to outside of that studio, they don't know nothing about the business. Nothing at all. I had to teach artists how to get their music copywritten and get it coded through Nielsen SoundScan and how to get it on iTunes and everywhere so they can get paid for it. Because a lot of the average artists, they wanted to give it away for free. And I had to tell them, that's cool, but that's not cool. Mr. Bryant, a lot of us, these artists, they need you. If you would you ever consider like just coming to Detroit one day and have some type of like talent search, or you know just look at some of these guys, or have them send you some of their music and guide them in the right direction, the way that you did Detroit's Most Wanted, the way you did Smiley, Splack Pack, and the rest of the crew, K-Stone? Would you help these guys if they like, yo, I need you to listen to me because you are a true pioneer. You are the next big thing after Berry Gordy left here. You're the next big thing.
Let me say this to you. Of course, I would help anybody, especially from Detroit. You know, I still got love for Detroit. But here's something that I want to throw out there.
Yes, sir.
We released probably 125 albums the last 2 years.
Yes.
And most of them was Detroit artists.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a label called Five Diamond, me and my partner Nextel Nails. And it's distributed through Worldwide, my label.
Okay.
But Nails is out of Detroit.
Okay.
And we have an artist named Mako Greenleaf out of Detroit. We have an artist, Nails is out of Detroit. Let me see some of our other artists out of Detroit. Sincere to Don. And we have a whole roster of Detroit artists. That's what we've been doing. We just shot 2 videos in Detroit.
Wow.
So we're in Detroit all the time. Yeah, and I'll send you some of our content. But what we're doing is we're just building up content. We're just releasing everything that's what we've been doing. We got a whole new roster of artists, and most of them from Detroit. So we probably put out more albums than anybody last year, especially independent.
Wow, that's beautiful. See, still hustling. That's what I love about guys from Detroit.
Never stop. Never stop.
Never.
I have a cosmetic company, and the cosmetic company kind of set the record label back a little bit last year because we had some hit products, and I've been running across the country trying to market these products, and we pushed some of the projects back. But we're opening up a branch up in Orlando that my son is running and my nephew is running. We signed some pop acts up there, so we're really expanding. And we have, we're doing some things over in Africa, and, we're doing a lot of stuff. But right now, as far as me personally, I'm hands-on with the cosmetic company, kind of turning it over to some other people and my son and my nephew.
Okay, well.
What's the name of the cosmetic company?
Q-Merch.
Q-Merch.
Q-Merch. Tell everybody, because we got a wide listener, where can they purchase this stuff?
From beauty supply stores, we have like Shea Honey Hair Moisturizer. That's one of our hot products. We're a home of the 99-cent Shea Butter, where we sell to beauty supplies all over the country and to convenience stores. We're a convenience store and a beauty supply distributor.
Nice.
And we also try to market our music through those means. When I felt that the record store game was over and the record store was going out of business, we started immediately on trying to find other forms of distribution besides digital. So we stepped into the next best thing, which is convenience stores and beauty supply stores. So now we'll be able to help market these up-and-coming groups. We got over 3,000 beauty supply stores across the country. So now we're using that as a marketing tool, and we cross-marketing our cosmetics with the music.
That's how you do it.
No, that's straight
Detroit gangster.
Detroit gangster right there. Cause I be looking at you like on Facebook sometime. I'm like, boy, Mr. Bryant still got some of that old money. Look at him, looking good. I was like, he ain't touched the new big faces yet. He's still spinning them small big face, them small $100 bill faces. and man, I love it because when they see you, right? Because I got a couple of them big Apple hats myself. I'm like, yeah, when they see you with that on, that's Detroit. Look, this old gangster put me up on them Apple hats, right? He taught me, he's like, hey, man, grab a plastic bag, like shopping bag, grab a couple of them and roll them around, like just flip them around and put them in the lining of the hat, and it'll make it that big, that give it that up top.
I use the towel to do it. Yeah, I use the little towel, little hand towels, and put them in there.
Yeah.
And I can't go nowhere across the country without people stopping and saying, man, I love them hats. I got about 20 of them, too.
Man, hey, that's a Detroit trademark right there. Like I said, the cat that put me up on them, he was like one of the last of the Earl Flynn's, and he was still doing this thing, and he seen me, he took a liking to me and said, yo, man, you doing the right thing, you getting that money. And he was like, now what you gonna do with it after you get it? And he was like, you gotta take that money, you gotta invest it and do the right thing, man. Do the right thing with it. Don't end up, stay out the nightclubs, stay out the titty bars, because you Detroit back in the day, when the niggas was coming for you, they go to the titty bar in the club and get you. That was back in the day.
Absolutely, man.
Yes. So,
I got a whole lot of memories of a whole lot of things in Detroit, man. And like I say, I put it in book, Behind These Green Eyes, man. If y'all ain't got that, pick it up, man. It tells the whole story of me from the streets to dealing with the record labels to battling big companies and corporate America, man. So that's what it's about, man.
Tell us where we can buy that book at, because I'm going to get it tonight. Is it on iTunes? Because if I'm going to put it on my iPad tonight. If not, I got to go to Amazon. Where is that, brother?
Yeah, it's definitely on Amazon. I think it's on iTunes. I'm not sure if it is on iTunes. It should be on iTunes, though. But, anywhere most of the big digital companies, you can buy it. or you can download it. You can get it on ebook or you can get the physical book.
Hey, I'm using this tablet shit, so I'm gonna get the digital copy. You know what I'm saying, and order, cause I got to give back. You gave back to Detroit and so much, so hey, I got to give back and buy the book, brother, and buy the content. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I'm over on iTunes. I went and purchased The Money Is Made CD Volume 2. I had to purchase that, cause I had listen, man. No lie. I tell this story to a lot of people, right? I told the Duncan. I remember when we was in New York, the what was that, the 20th anniversary of it, the release of the CD. I had the physical copy. I got it out of Tanya Records, right? Over here on Gratiot and Harper when they was open back in the day when they first came out. I got it. We drove to New York. We was riding that whole trip, bumping that album, right? We didn't play we played some of the new, the second CD, the new one. But we kept that old one going and going and going, right? So we in New York bumping this shit, right? My cousin and his homeboy, they listening to it like, yo, them niggas from Detroit, that's new? I'm like, nah, nigga, this old, nigga, look at this 20-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? And needless to say, when we leaving to get back on the road, we grabbed the CD and that CD was gone. Them niggas stole my CD, man. And a couple years later, my cousin came clean, was like, yo, man, I'm going to send you the money for your CD, and I need you to buy me 2 of them and ship them down here. And he sent the money, and I sent them down there, bro. And this was before iTunes.
Wow, man. Thank you for supporting us, bro. And like I say, man, it's been a blessing to be involved in this hip-hop game. Believe me, the game done gave more to me than I done gave to the game, man. And, I'm just glad to be a part of it. And then to still be involved every day, bro. I get up and I'm excited about business, man, about all the ventures that we got going on. So this game done gave me a whole lot, bro. And, being from Detroit, just to be here.
Yes.
Just to be here and to be doing this, I'm blessed. So every day, it's extra for me,
Hey, me too, because a lot of people that I came up with didn't make it, bro. They gone. No, they gone. They out of here. For real.
Do you got a candidate you voted for? Do you vote for anybody special or something like that?
You said what now?
You voting for anybody?
Come on, man. Is that a trick question?
I just asking,
Everybody vote. Take this serious, man.
Yes.
Trump cannot be president as life that you know it is over, bro. I'm just telling you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, forget the interest and all that type of stuff, man. You can't put people that hate dark people in office because you know what's going to happen at that point. You think it's ugly, it's going to get uglier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, with this police violence going around, do you have to pull kids to the side and tell them like, hey, man, this is how you gotta handle yourself when you get talking to the police nowadays, or how is that affecting, young folks you come in contact or even yourself being pulled over by a police officer?
Right, absolutely, man. You gotta, you gotta be careful out here, man. You got to, in life, a lot of times, man, what the young kids don't have right now, I think, and what they have to learn is just that common sense, because they miles ahead of us on the book sense with the computers and stuff like that, but just the common sense, how to deal with everyday people, how to foresee situations so you won't get hemmed up. So you got to foresee things, man, and that's what brings that power and that success to you, man, when you're able to do that. Once you master that, you'll take yourself to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Because it just ain't about X's and O's and, I'm smart, I know that, so people think they smart, but a lot of times, man, it's about that common street sense, and we learned a lot of that from Detroit, man, when I go to these other places, these little country towns and stuff like that, they don't have that wisdom, you know what I'm saying, like, the older generation had and being from up north and stuff like that.
Most definitely. And you know what, Mr. Bryant? This is, man, I'm still tripping, man. That guy, I'm kicking it with you on my show, man. I'm still thinking back how I used to run my mama's phone bill up, ordering y'all videos and shit.
What was the jukebox like? How did you get music on the jukebox?
Oh,
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Oh, can I tell y'all a couple stories?
Go
Let
ahead.
me tell y'all a story. The jukebox, man, I forgot the lady programmer for the jukebox, but we sent the record down there to Smiley, but not Friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a promotional person because at that time I actually had promotional people in all the major cities.
Right.
You know, and I was but 20, 21 years old. I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And when they called me that day and said the jukebox was going to play our project, man, we damn near lost our mind. You talking about exciting? And jukebox, and people don't even know this. Like, Smiley had the #1 record on jukebox. And do you know that video played every other video?
Yes, I remember that.
Right, and when City of Boom came out, it's the same result. Every other video that comes, you might see a hot NASA act like Tupac. But guess what? Detroit Most Wanted would come on, then another act, then Detroit Most Wanted.
Yes.
Same thing in Milwaukee, same thing in Chicago. These boys was hot.
Yes.
And, you know, the only thing that slowed the difference when NWA went on that road and they blew up because they was able to go on the road, but Monty went to jail. And I think that hurt their momentum.
Right.
Because you need that road work. And then the one thing that we learned from history is that, you know, records might not sell. Even though their record was selling good, it's solos. That's a street record.
Right.
So maybe after 3 or 4 years, it went to a whole nother level. You know, and it always did good, but it didn't do the type of numbers that it should have did. But that's because of the incarceration of Monty on 2 of the albums.
Right.
You know, so that kind of hurt us. But, you know, at the end of the day, when you're an artist and you make that choice for being an artist, you got to say, this is what I do.
Right.
And I'm going to die doing it. And if you don't take that stance, you're not going to be as successful as you want to be because you're just doing it for this reason, for that reason, for people to like you. When you love the music, man, you do it your whole life.
Yes, sir.
And you might have success later on down in life, you know. But you keep, you know, you keep yourself out there. And for the young people out there that's coming up, if you do it, man, you know, I hate people disrespecting the game. You just want to do it because you see he driving a nice car, you want some money. You know what I'm saying? No. If you love music and you want to do this, you want to be a rapper, you want to be a singer, you want to be an entertainer, you want to be a writer, then put your heart and put your soul into it.
Yes.
You feel like enjoy doing it. Because the money going to come and go, bro. I'm just going to tell you that. Because you can't take that with you.
No. No, you can't.
Here's the thing. And take it from somebody that made a lot of money.
Yes,
you
sir.
get 50,000, you're going to want 100,000. You
Yes.
get 100,000, you're going to want $1 million. You get $1 million, you're going to want 10 million.
There you go.
You get 10 million, you're going to want 100 million. And it never stops.
Yo.
Wow.
Just be
Wow.
confident in what you do. You feel where I'm coming from?
Right.
And what makes you happy. And quit thinking about what other people got and all of that type of stuff. And you can be successful. You can live abundantly. And that's the whole thing. Are you living abundantly? Is your life fulfilled in what you're doing?
Right. Now, this is you 100% right. Now let me say this. I remember back in the day, Ice Cube and Dub C in the Mad Circle them and it was one more act. They came here. Detroit Most Wanted was on the concert. Could you tell us about Duncan told us about the backstage situation with Ice Cube. Do you recall that?
You know what? Remember in 91, I had moved down. I don't know if you know, but it's in my book, but I was going through a beat den. I had got kidnapped and everything, and I was living down in Atlanta, and a lot of stuff was going on in my life right around that time. But they were down there doing shows, and I wasn't there.
Right.
So, but I do remember this, and I don't know if you guys recall this. Detroit Most Wanted and Luke had a concert at the State Fairgrounds.
I didn't know that. Tell us about it.
It was so many people there. I was on my way down. I'm talking to Bossy. He like, man, this shit crazy. And next thing you know, it was so many people. The crowd just overtook the whole fairground and knocked down the fence. And they had to cancel because there was so many people there. So it had to be at least 25,000 people at the State Fairgrounds. And that was Luke and Detroit Most Wanted.
Right.
And that probably was 1992 or something like that, somewhere during that era.
Mm-hmm. You say, Mossy said, I can't believe this shit, huh?
Yeah, Mossy was like, man, dog, this is crazy. And then, here's another little story. Mossy was in Vegas when Pac got killed. He's the one, when you see the footage of Suge Knight and everybody in Vegas, that was Mossy's footage. He actually had just took all of that footage, and the news stations got that footage from Mossy. He had just kicked it with Pac and gave him his cassette.
Right.
Wow.
The new album. So Pac had his new album, left, got killed.
Damn.
Wow. And I wonder, now since Mossy gave him that album, because I heard Mossy tell this story before, I wonder when they was in that BMW, was Pac listening to Mossy?
Right.
That's something we'll never know. We'll never know that. Wow.
Right.
Damn, man.
But can I give a shout out?
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my other half, Dr. Maisha Akbar. Go get her new book, Billionaire's Preferred Single Moms. Okay? So it's going to be hot. It'll be available probably in another month or so.
No problem. Y'all hear that? Listen, podcast. This guy's the truth. He's genuine. He's one of the last old school players that Detroit got here. This got love. So, support this brother. Whatever he tell you to go buy, and it's going to be a good product. And I'm putting my stamp of approval on that. And y'all know, when I put my stamp of approval on it, God damn it, it is the truth. So go support my brother, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Bryant, man, it's been hold on, Dorian want to ask you something.
No, I mean, I just want to cut in. We got a lot of nerds that listen to our station. But do you play video games?
Man, no.
Not even on the cell phone.
Huh?
Not even on your cell phone. You ain't got one, huh? Ain't got.
Bro, I'm going to tell you, I got a problem. And my problem is I'm a workaholic right now, man. I just done gotten this mode, but I used to play video games all the time. But that was years ago. But, man, I be so busy, I don't have time to play video games.
That's what's up.
Now, Mr. Bryan, if Trump, we know Trump ain't gonna become president.
No.
He's not gonna make it. But if he did, and you go by that little private island, can I come in and move on the island too, man?
You gotta get a gang system too.
I'm gonna have to come move with you, bro.
Damn.
Man, yo, Mr. Bryant, it has been a pleasure to have you just come on here and chop it up with us, man. This is a blessing just to sit down and just talk to you and get just a few jewels that you dropped on me, man. This is what Detroit is about. We sat down, the old cats, and, we can sit down and talk about this shit and laugh and joke about it, and people's listening to it like, whoa, this is what's up. And, man, I'm just sitting here. I'm honored to been able to sit down and talk to you, talk to Duncan, and I've talked to Lee in the past, and I spoke to Motsy in the past, man. Just to be able to talk to all you guys, man, it's like, wow. I was a fan back then, and now I actually get a chance to even sit down and talk to these guys. This is like a blessing to me, man, for real.
Hey, man, bro, thank you for supporting us, man. And like I say, don't get it twisted. I love those cats. And we'll never be able to get back them years, but it still lives on. All the artists, man. It was that time of my life, man. It's irreplaceable, brother. Believe that.
Yes, that was history. You guys set together, man. That was a legacy, and all y'all are legends. You best believe that y'all Detroit legends, and that's why it's my job to inform each generation that come along. As long as I'm doing podcasts, to let them know who paved the way for them. And who made it even possible. And I talked to B-Def a while ago, and he said some shit that was so true. Like, yo, when we was out there, if we sold 100,000 albums, we went on and shook 100,000 hands. Today, these kids got it so easy that by the push of a button, they can have 100,000 streams in less than a day.
Wow. Absolutely, man. And that's what I say all the time. But can I comment on what you said about B-Def?
Yes.
I was listening to a K-Stone song the other day, and B-Def was rapping on that. Man, B-Def was so hard, man. Golly, bro.
Yes.
I was like, man, that cat hot. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it was a couple days ago. I say, because that K-Stone album was incredible.
Yes.
And, and I listened, and B-Def had a verse on, I think, Niggas from Detroit.
Yeah.
And, man, he snapped so hard, bro. So, shout out to him, for real.
For sure. What it was, man, and R.I.P. the Big Poncho. I remember Poncho when I was little coming up, man. Poncho, after Poncho got killed, man, B-Def went on a hiatus for a long time, man. It took him a minute to even just, get in there and do what he had to do. It was like, wow, Punch was his man, and I guess he wasn't feeling the music no more after that. But when he got on that K-Stone joint, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, yo, he's spitting his ass off for real.
Man, oh my God. I was listening to that the other day because I was listening to Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
And I always had that same feeling when I listened to K-Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw the K-Stone on, and I got on that song, and I was like, man, this boy is spitting so hard, man, it don't even make no sense. That was one of the greatest. I'm going to put it out right now. That was one of the greatest rap verses ever.
Wow. For sure.
It was that hard.
Yes, B-Duff is hot. Shout out to you, B-Duff. I'm waiting on B-Duff to get on the show. He said he going to come on and drop some jewels with us too, man.
Man, tell B-Duff, I ain't never worked with him, but tell him let me put an album out on him. We got everything he needs. Let me put an album out on him. It ain't never too late. Wow. You ain't never too old to put out nothing.
Do you want me to pass B-Duff your number? I can make it happen. Just say
definitely do that.
I sure will. Yo, thank you, my brother, for being on the 313 Live show. And this is what it's all about, Detroit history, man. We love you, my brother, for real.
Thanks for having me.
Man, love you too. Peace out, Detroit. I love you, baby. I'll be there in a couple months.
For sure.
Yo, podcast. That was a beautiful episode right there in the interview with Joe Bryant. Joe Bryant, like I say, is the CEO of Worldwide Records, and he had Bryant Records. That was his record label as well, and that was the record label that Detroit Most Wanted and Smiley was signed to, along with a few other artists. The interview was dope, and I appreciate you guys listening. Next week I got a big episode for y'all. I got Bang'em Smurf. That's right, you heard me. Bang'em Smurf, the original co-founder of G-Unit Records, 50 Cent homeboy, ex-homeboy. He's been deported. He's no longer in America. He's over in Trinidad, but I still got him, and he's on the show, and he's going to touch down on some real hardcore shit that went down with him and 50, and, at the end, I think it's still love there, but you got to tune in and listen to the episode. But right now, I'm going to be out. I got Smiley. Smiley's coming up. This is the first female Detroit MC to go gold out of Detroit with this #1 hit right here called Smiley, But I'm Not Friendly. And it was produced by DJ Duncan Hines, and DJ Duncan Hines is on the 1s and 2s, and he is fucking it up, mixing it and cutting and scratching and breaking it back down. This was Detroit. When you listen to this right here, we was on that dance scene, the JIT and all that bullshit, and this song right here let you know what we was all about. Peace and love, Detroit. We out of here, and here come my girl Smiley, But I'm Not Friendly.
Sitting on top like a bunk bed. I'm known around the hood for crack it once again.